Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya, and if you're stopping by for the first time, welcome. I do hope you consider subscribing, and if you're not stopping by for the first time, thank you so much for your support. I thought that I would have a chat with you today about some more bags in my collection, and these are the bags that I call my no-brainer bags. These are the bags that I reach for without thinking. I know that they're a safe option. I know that they don't scream luxury. I know they're not going to be the type of bag that might draw certain types of attention, maybe in certain areas that sometimes, we worry about. Look, for the most part, Melbourne, I live in Melbourne, is very, very safe. And I know that some people don't care, but there are times when, you might attend, or well, I'll speak for myself anyway, I might attend a function of some kind, or I probably will be around certain people, or I might go to a certain area that I think, you know what, I don't necessarily want to be carrying a bag that is emblazoned with some of these particular logos and emblems and monogram and all that type of thing all over them. So what I tend to do is I tend to rely on bags also that I haven't spent a lot of money on, because then in case I do somehow damage them or wear and tear shows up more often, then I wouldn't feel so bad. So that in itself is an interesting concept, because wear and tear is going to happen regardless on whether you spent $10,000 on a bag, $5,000, or a couple of hundred, or less than $100 on a bag. Regardless, if you're using an item, it's going to show wear and tear. A lot of people say, oh my God, I can't believe I paid $5,000 for this bag, and look at that. The corners are showing wear, or look at that, the stitching is pulling or something, or the zip is, I don't know, pulling along the edges or something, along the shoulders of the zipper. Well, the bag doesn't know what it cost. The bag is being used, and if you're putting the same amount of stuff into a bag, irrelevant is the price. So it comes down to us being more mindful. If I have a $5,000 bag that I'm taking with me somewhere, I'm not going to shove it full of stuff and think, well, I've got to use it because I spent $5,000 on it. But at the same time, how we use our bags will determine the amount of wear and tear on the bag. But, and I know I sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I don't want to overuse the expensive bags. Are you like that? Do you feel the same way? Is that something that you sometimes think to yourself, like this one here, this is my little Fendi mini peekaboo. It's a beautiful lambskin. It's stunning. It's luscious. I don't want to overuse it. I don't want to use it all the time where the strap pulls, or maybe the hardware chips, or maybe it breaks, or I scratch the leather or something. I'm torn myself. So I thought I'd share with you bags that I have been using as my no-brainer bags. One in particular, which actually happens to be a Louis, I have been using for months on end, and I don't even care what I'm wearing. I know a lot of people like to match the bag to their outfit. I only sort of do that if I know I'm going out, but day to day, I don't care what color base I'm wearing, I tend to use that bag all the time. But I'll show these to you, and let's have a chat. This one, I shared this in a video probably a year or two ago, something like that, probably a couple of years ago. This is a Tommy Hilfiger. It's an actual handbag, and it comes with the crossbody strap, so you can actually wear it as a longer shoulder bag or wear it crossbody, and it's nylon. So it's, a hardy, durable bag, right? I like this bag a lot. It's not leather. Handles are not leather. It's only Tommy Hilfiger. Only. Tommy Hilfiger makes some beautiful stuff. And I remember choosing it specifically for the zipper pull because I thought it was cute. But my reason for buying this at the time was because I wanted specifically a bag that I could take with me if I was attending a school excursion, or maybe a school camp where I needed to bring a bag of some kind, and I didn't want to worry about the bag becoming damaged or, God forbid, lost or anything. And I also wanted something larger to use as a toiletry bag. So when I purchased this, and I purchased this from Maya, which is an Australian department store, I ended up buying this for, I think, just under $100. I don't remember. And there was a sale on a sale and this and that and the other. And I really have been using it quite a lot, to the point that I've gotten more cost per wear for this item than some of the others that I've purchased. And I enjoy it. It's just that bag that, because I know it's only nylon and it's only Tommy Hilfiger, I think to myself, I can just grab it. And there are times when I've just worn it as a shoulder bag and crossbody, or I've just packed it in my luggage the few times I've gone somewhere and I've just shoved all my toiletries in here. Now, aside from my actual hairdryer or, you know, hair tools, I can put everything in this and not worry about having to bring another toiletry bag. Because you know how it is sometimes, you know, we buy these nice Louis Vuitton Trousse toiletry cases and all that type of thing, but you end up taking 2 or 3 because they're just too small. So that's the first one. And yeah, an easy grab and go. I don't even think about it. I just grab it, chuck my stuff in, and I'm out the door. In a similar vein is this one here, and this is the Biaggi Designs, and this was on this brand, this company was on Instagram a few years ago, and this is the PVC sort of, what is it, the Kelly design. I went with this dark grey. It has the crossbody strap, or is it a shoulder strap? I can't remember now. I have worn this crossbody, and I think when I was slimmer I could. Now I don't know if I could, to be honest. But this is the one which is modelled on the Hermès, you know, Un Voyage au Pays des Merveilles, something about Passage of Dreams. It's got the little top handle, but it's plastic. It's PVC. I've dropped it. No problem. Even the feet are plastic. In all honesty, this is as hardy as anything because it's actually quite thick. I have like an extra layer of comfort knowing that, you know what, it's okay because it's just a little cheapy. I can't remember what I spent on it, in all honesty. And it's not the real deal, and it's plastic. It's PVC. It's okay. It's not an FAKE because, you know, there's no markings, no branding on it anywhere, but certainly it's modeled on the original style. I mean, I'm not denying that. But that's another one that I think to myself, yeah, chuck my things in there and off we go. Okay, next to here, there's one inside. And this is just a little bum bag. It's all PVC, you know, and it comes with the long strap. It also comes with a small metal chain strap, and that was one that I purchased also as just something to use if I was going somewhere where I didn't want to have any brands showing, as well as this little tote. And this is the Oroton North South, and Oroton is an Australian company. I did show this once on my channel some time ago, and I bought this during lockdown, 2020 lockdown from memory. Yeah, it was, because I was still at my other house before I moved out. And this is nice. It's a nice leather. This is all leather, and Oroton does make some lovely leather bags. And when I purchased this one, I liked it because it was very much a dupe of the Saint Laurent North South tote. Now, I nearly bought the Saint Laurent one, which is $1,000. But then I sort of hesitated and I thought I probably shouldn't. And then I saw this on the Oroton website, and there was, I think, a Mother's Day sale or something like that, and I bought it then. And it's got this lovely sort of charcoal grey interior. And look, it's been good. I like it. And because I know I didn't pay too much for this bag, I feel as if I can get away with using this in a slightly more rough capacity if necessary. And certainly it's got wear. The corners here, because of the design, which has been folded up and stitched, and in fairness to Oroton, the stitching has not come undone. But because of the nature of it, it does show colour, you know, wear and tear in the corners. I don't actually have any color transfer on the back, to be honest. It's a nice pebbled leather, and it's sort of got that spongy feel to it. You know, it's not necessarily quilted, but it has got that thick, bouncy feel to it, you know. Glazing on the handles has not held up, so that, you know, I've contacted Oroton, but they've said they can't do anything about it because of the wear and tear. So I thought what I would do is just get some paint, some sort of, you know, I don't know, oil-based paint or something, and just do that there across the handles. But other than that, and that's just like a little added feature that I remember buying at the time also and attaching to the bag. That's a great bag. It does have the long strap. So if I wanted to, I can, in fact, magnet closure here. I can wear it over the shoulder, or even crossbody, because it is adjustable and there are a lot of adjustments. So it's quite versatile, and I find that if I'm going on a school excursion or if I'm going on the plane to go somewhere, I will bring this bag. Yeah, that's the next one. Okay, this is a very special bag to me, but it is a no-brainer bag. This is what I call them, because I'm not scared to use these bags. And this one is the Coach, I think it's a Sutton or the Sully or something like that. But this was gifted to me at the end of 2018 by a group of 7 Year 12 students who were in my English class at the time. At my previous school, I taught in a Catholic boys' school, and 2018 was my first year there and my first Year 12 class in quite some time. And anyway, I obviously proved myself to them. There's a story behind this bag too, and I have a bag story linked for this bag in my bag story series, so feel free to go and have a look. This is a gorgeous keyring that Lisa Loves Bags sent me a little while ago, so thank you, Lisa. I actually had another keyring that she sent me, but I think I lost it because I don't have it anymore. It's nowhere in any of my boxes or things, so I think it must have fallen off one time and I didn't realize. But anyway, I'm sorry, Lisa. This is that bag, and it is more or less either can be worn and used as a shoulder bag or as a longer strap shoulder, because it does come with the longer strap, or even crossbody. I tend to wear this bag mostly crossbody, but I do leave this shorter handle on there because, you know, the thing about bags, I don't know if you do this, but I often have them sitting in the front seat beside me. So when I'm getting in and out, I will often sort of either grab a bag like this, which I'll show you with my next bag is not great, or I'll use the top handle. So I like a top handle, but I don't want a bag that has a top handle only. That's the difference. So that's this one, and I'll never part with this bag. I love it to death. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. Beautiful leather. And the next bag that I'll share with you is this is the one that I've been using for a few months now. And the reason why I've been using it just constantly day to day is because this is the vintage Louis Vuitton St. Claude GM. I adore this bag, and I remember buying this bag probably back in 2018 or 19 and doing a bit of a restoration on her. And there's a video that I have where I actually show myself cutting off the original strap, because the original strap is attached to this square ring, and I just bought this generic no-name brand Vachetta strap from Etsy, and it's got the swivel hook, so I just used that and attached it. This is the original shoulder keeper that I have added and put onto the strap anyway. But this is the GM size. This is the St. Claude or the St. Cloud, and I love this bag to bits. She's due for a little bit more cleaning. As you can see, there's this beautiful shiny sort of coating, I guess, on the Vachetta. This is the original Vachetta, and you can see how it's darkened here. There are a lot of these bags on eBay through the Japanese eBay sellers, but they all store the bag this way. So they all have this sort of effect. Now, this part here in the middle has created through my use, because this horse bit or this stirrup thing, whatever it is a stirrup, it does move up and down. But with this bag in particular, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because if you leave it up, it leaves marks on the Vachetta. If you leave it down, then it leaves marks here on the glazing. So it's like you're screwed both ways. But anyway, it's got a back pocket, which I use often, and I've got things in here right now. Yep. And I purchased this one, and I purchased it as an experiment, as a test for the Pochette Métis. I remember buying this because I was considering the Pochette Métis and decided to try this out. And do you know what? I've not really entertained the idea of the Pochette Métis because it's broader, it's deeper than this bag, and this is enough for me. This is the GM size. It's all leather inside, and it holds quite a lot. And as you can see, I've got a lot in there at the moment because I am using it, and I have been using it for weeks. A lot of these bags on the resale market will have, and it should be declared, will have sticky pockets inside. Mine was not sticky. However, it did have a little bit of cracking here on both sides. But I figured, look, given that, I was able to bargain the price down a little bit. The glazing is in relatively good condition. I did have these two side chaps replaced by Louis Vuitton, so I paid an extra $270 to have these replaced, and these almost match the color of that, but they're younger. So I've got 3 different sort of colors of Vachetta on this bag. If anyone was to see me wearing it, you'd think it was probably a mishmash, but anyway, I have attached this little twilly, which really I need to give a good wash. And this is my everyday bag. I love this bag. I wear it crossbody, I can shorten it, and I can make it shoulder if I wanted to. And I love it because it's a beautiful thick canvas. It stood the test of time. I can't remember what year it's from. I think it's like from the 80s. It's got a pocket in here, but these flaps obviously, you know, were put in there to prevent things falling out across the top, but the design does have a flaw because it does lead to cracking, clearly. These are my favorite bags to use, especially this one. My no-brainer bags is what I call them. Do you have any bags that you just reach for without thinking, that you don't question, you don't worry about while you're using them? I'd love to have this conversation with you. So if you're new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing. And as always, I look forward to reading your comments. So take care, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. It's a video where I actually... You'd think I live on a fucking airstrip.